Okay, guys, now time for the Artstation reviews. This is not Artstation review, this is my newest course that I'm working on right now, and it's starting to take a good shape, especially in the middle here in the back, but it's fine. We have a sword even, which is looking particularly cool. No, not yet, but it will at some point. But let's go to Artstation reviews in the Discord server, Artstation portfolios. And our first portfolio guy is Vlatik. So Vlatik is Vladislav from, I guess, Russia or Ukraine. It's just, yeah, we'll see. Here we should disable the bookmarks bar, so it's better looking. Okay, let's see. So I like how this is rendered. I like the render kind of, although we have a lot of dark in the dark background. So some of the forms are not quite visible very well, but let's see. Okay, this looks fine, and overall, like modeling, it's fine. Maybe the hair, here, the hair doesn't look quite well. Here, it looks very nice. I don't know why, but in the render, it doesn't look as nice as in this kind of screenshots. So sometimes the screenshots can be better than the render, but I overall like it. And also I like the folds. They are realistic because it's Marvel's designer, of course. They are a little bit too much in my taste. I would like them to be more stylized, because you see, you have stylized hair, and now you have super realistic folds, very random, very but realistic, but a little bit too much, especially in the pants here. Overall, pretty good job, actually. So let's see what else we can see from this Vladislav guy. This is not bad. The render is nice because we see everything. The only thing is that it doesn't look quite 3D in here. We don't have too much like visibility that it's a 3D model. It's a little bit flat, the render. But other than that, it's pretty cool because it's visible. Everything is fine. Let's see this looks. The face of this girl is looking not bad. The nose is a little bit of a problem, I think. But overall, looks cool. The presentation is fine here, but this image here doesn't give us a whole of idea what exactly are we gonna see. Also, in the face of this guy, we don't have too much shadow, which he has to be probably evil or something because he's frowning. So more shadow, more sinister thing. And also this particular piece could be nicer if it is colored and rendered properly, I think. So this is for this portfolio. Let's see this one. This one is Procoart. So this is not Proco that we know from YouTube, probably. This is another type of Proco from India. And he has a character. This character, it doesn't look bad in the first look because the face is relatively nice looking. But when we look at the cloth, it's just hideous. The cloth is not good at all. This jacket. The jacket is just some inflated thing that doesn't look nice. So we need sharp edges in some areas. We need it to be more defined. It needs to be better, much better than this right now. Also, this shoulder pad is too huge, I think. Maybe there is a concept about this. Yeah, let's see it. Yeah, the concept is cool actually, but the jacket on the concept is nice. This jacket is not so nice. Also, the face of our 3D model, it's I think better looking than in the concept. The concept is a little bit too much animated face with a huge chin, which I'm not a fan of. So this face I like more, but the clothes and the other things are just not on a good level. Of course, again, I'm saying this, but we don't know how long this guy has done 3D. So maybe he is a beginner, and for him, this is a huge leap forward, most likely. I don't know why this is what this is, since we have something like a normal map, but this doesn't have a low poly. This is just a high poly, and those things are just, I don't know, they're useless, we may say. But still, if this guy is a beginner, it's a pretty big thing to make a whole character with clothes and everything. It's not properly made, but it's made, so it's a good step forward. Maybe next time it will be properly made, who knows. Let's see what's the next guy. I will go a little bit fast now because we have a lot to go. I mean, not too fast, of course. We will take our time, it's not a problem. I'm starting to sound a little bit like the orange guy. Yeah, we will go fast, but not too fast, of course. We will go relatively slow. We will actually do just one portfolio review today. Or we will do none, actually. But we will go fast through the old portfolio reviews, no problem. Yeah, just like the orange guy. Okay. Here what I see is this first image is interesting. It's like I probably will dream about it in my nightmares today, but still it's interesting because it looks a little bit realistic as a render. So let's see it actually. Let's enforce the nightmares. Doesn't look half bad. I mean, the eyes are looking pretty convincing and the eyebrows. Also the hair, yeah, it's a little bit too less hair here in the front, but there's something about it that's, wow. Maybe the chin is a little bit too broad here in this area. It's a little bit strange, but the eyes, they're too realistic. And that's why it looks so sinister. Because there is something very realistic to it. And in the same time, something very not realistic in it. So that's why it looks so interesting. I don't know what to think about this. It's interesting. Anyway. This is Wit Abet from Morocco. It's from Moscow, Morocco. Okay, so Moscow is now in Morocco, or Morocco is now around Moscow in Russia. I don't know what happens here. It's just very confusing. Everything is super confusing in this portfolio. Okay, I kind of like this. The shoulder needs to go lower, and the biceps needs to go below it a little bit here. But other than that, looks convincing. The render, the materials is looking pretty cool. But for a first render to have this black and white image, when you have this with materials and everything, I don't understand it. You know, usually people will like more something that's kind of finished with materials and render and light. This is not that, but it's a step in the right direction because it has shadow on the floor. It doesn't have too much shadows on the body itself, which that's why it seems a little bit flat. But if it has some shadows on the body itself and shadow from this head to the body, here shadow in the middle, it would be much better as a front image than this one, for example. So yeah, careful with that. Let's see this one. This one is Uncanny Valley face. And this is a crappy work of doing the helmet. It needs more definition. It needs more work on the helmet, not just sculpt it for 5 minutes and then just drop it. And yeah, the face is a little bit uncanny, but overall we have a whole character with some materials, with a pose, and this pose is not super dynamic, but still it's relatively fine. It's not a pose, so it's better than a pose. I like the cape. These folds on the cape are kind of on point, so they are fine. These clothes are pretty thin for my taste. I usually, when I do clothes or armors on anything, I do them quite thick. But this is personal preference because I'm working mostly for characters from games and for mobile games. And that's why I'm doing everything so thick. As you can see, thickness everywhere. Pretty thick. If you do this like paper thin, it will not look good. Because when you are in a 3D space, in a game for example, you cannot see the thickness if it's not pretty thick. And when you don't see the thickness, it looks like a paper. And when it looks like a paper, it doesn't look good. So you have to have thickness. Other than that, it's relatively fine. Let's see anatomy. Not bad. I would say not bad at all. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But again, this is 4 months ago, which is great. I would say this guy with this musculature, with this pretty thick neck from the front, shouldn't have this tiny neck from the side view. Now from the side view, he looks like this head will fall off because the neck is very thin. So there are some things that are inconsistent. Otherwise, it looks pretty much fine. Good. Yeah, sometimes I am judging people's artworks by a very high standard, which I shouldn't probably be. But if I know how many months or how many hours this particular guy or this particular person has in the program, or doing characters, or doing 3D, I probably will be able to judge a little bit better. Now I'm just judging by my standard, and it's sometimes it's a little bit hard. Sir, please tell me which AI you use. I use a lot of AIs. For example, I use Grok from X, but just to ask him some questions. Nowadays, I hear that Gemini 2.5, the Google's AI, is one of the smartest AIs, and yeah, I guess. But for 3D, I am testing. I'm not using it because it's crap still, but I'm testing this one, which is Tencent Hunyuan 3D. Let's see, what is this? Hunyuan, okay. And for models like this one, for example, that's shown here, it works flawlessly. Amazing. I'm sorry. I'll have to shut up for a few seconds. Something happened with my voice. So, for models like this one, highly stylized, it works amazingly. It makes them so good. But for models which are a little bit more realistic, it's just complete crap. And everything that you see here in the show off section are stylized things. You will not see something more realistic because it cannot make it right. So yeah, still, we are safe. I'm testing those models to see if we are safe or not. So we are safe now. Yet, yeah, we'll see. Nice to see you again. Thank you. Hey Nico, how are you today? I'm very fine today. I managed to record a couple of videos for the new course. I'm on video 32 right now. So a lot of videos. By the way, the last video I recorded, I haven't named it yet. So I'll have to name it. 32. What have I done in this video? Shoulder refinement and shoulder and neck armor refinement. I did shoulder and neck armor refinement, and now I'm recording a stream. So let's see this guy, by the way. Who is this guy? This guy is Joseph Coto from Los Angeles, United States of America. And soon it will be called Orange Guy Country, but still it's fine for now. This looks pretty nice. This is a low poly, I guess. Yeah, it's a low poly with textures, normal map and everything. I want to see the high poly. This is the high poly. Yeah, we have a little bit of issues in anatomy, around the shoulder especially. This shoulder muscle cannot sag like this here, but still it's fine. Maybe it's sagging because this is an elephant guy. It's not a human. We're just guessing here. And let's see this one. Okay, nice. This one is actually a pretty good character. Awesome, awesome. And it has a low poly, probably made by hand. Definitely made by hand if I know my low polys. And it should be, actually. Because today I was talking with a very good 3D character artist who is working in this industry almost as long as I am, and we just met. He's living close to me. So we met, we talked about it, and I was telling him that we were thinking that the beginning of the AI will take over the not so good works, like retopologizing, not so artistic works, retopologizing, baking, stuff like this. But no, AI choose to take over the artistic type of work. So to make 3Ds from concepts. It's not amazing, but still, since the AI is still not so good, we are fine. We'll see up to when. But this one is looking great. I like it. This is from 2 years ago. Right, 2 years ago, and it's looking good. Okay, let's see this one. This one is from last year. Pretty cool. Nice handmade textures, I guess. Yes, and he has even a little bit of animation. From what I've seen, this guy knows how to make characters. Maybe he's tech art supervisor at the Truffle. So he's relatively a professional artist. He's not some average guy who is starting to work in 3D just now. He knows what he's doing, kind of. Yeah, his anatomy is not completely on point, at least in this, which is 3 years ago. Maybe now he's better in anatomy, judging by this, which is 2 years ago. So yeah, but renders and everything, it's pretty cool. This one I would not show as a thumbnail here. Also, I don't like this beard too much, this overall dwarf thing. Let's see, this is 5 years ago, so it's pretty old, but still, as you can see, very good work with the overall shape, very good work with materials. This is nice gold, and kind of a nice render. This render does look sharp, it looks bright enough, we see everything, so good work with those. But the beard is a very, very big part of this character, and it doesn't look quite well. So it's a little bit, but I guess he doesn't have to improve his portfolio since he's working on a studio. When you're working on a studio, it's easy to just leave your portfolio behind for a couple of years while you work on the studio, because you don't need to find job. You don't need to find freelance, for example, if you're happy with your salary. But if you need to find job or freelance, you have to keep your portfolio pretty sharp and on point. Let's see, Vishal Namani. Vishal Namani is from India, and he's doing, wow, what's happening here? This one, very nice, maybe better than mine, because some of these are from I've did that on streams, and probably he has inspired he has inspiration to them. But this is very, very nice, and I did this for 1.5 hours. I don't know how much time it took me to do this in the stream. This probably he has spent much more time, which is the right way to do it. I mean, you cannot spend just 1 hour and put it in your portfolio. It's unserious. Even me, I'm pretty fast, and I can do a lot of things pretty nice for 1 hour, but it's not good for portfolio. So, admirations for this guy, because he has done even the zipper. He has done a lot of things. He has spent a couple of hours in this model and was able to make it look pretty convincing and nice. So yeah, this one also, amazing render of this, and also pretty good model, I would say, very good model. So very capable guy in my standards. My standards are pretty high right now, so I would say very nice. This is a character. This is not for portfolio with this particular mustaches and beard. This mustache and this beard should be not symmetrical. It's very important for the mustaches and especially the beard to not be symmetrical. And the mustaches are a little bit boring because they are consistent of hairs which are pretty parallel to each other, and that doesn't look good. They have to be diagonal lines and stuff, and it's hard. Let's see how it is on the concept actually. Okay, the concept is difficult to judge, but let's see it bigger if we can. No, we can't. But there are diagonal lines in here. It's a little bit better on the concept. So we have to be aware of that. Also, the beard is not completely symmetrical as I see it. But other than that, it's a pretty good model. And I think this is only high poly. So maybe making a low poly will be nice. Marvel's designer here. Not bad. Not bad job with our Marvel's designer. Pretty good actually. Very realistic looking. very first marvelous designer project that I did under the guidance of amazing mentor Masuk Ahmed sir. Okay, yeah, this guy probably is a very good teacher because this is a nice work here. Let's see Israel Adesanya. By the way, pretty nice likeness on the face. The legs, especially the feet, they are a little bit like inflated. Maybe he was stung by a few bees here. But other than that, it's super nice job. I mean, the render is superb. I don't know if I can make a render like this. Very sharp, very nice lit, very good. And the face is wow. I mean, especially from the front, but even from the side and everything. The hair also looks nice. This is actually looking like him, a lot like him. Maybe he has a little bit thinner neck, the actual guy. But other than that, it's superb. I mean, this is 2 months ago, and yeah, I envy this guy. He's developing very quickly and very nicely. But what this portfolio is missing for me is low poly. Nice low poly with nice texture and nice baking. And that requires a little bit of practice to learn, but still the high polys are pretty much on point. The anatomy of this Israel Adesanya is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that this has only 60 likes because it's pretty much on point. Maybe, yeah, because of the legs. It's visible on the legs that we have a little bit of issue in leg anatomy yet. But other than that, it's like, wow, very cool. So yeah, when I bump into portfolios like this, I'm like, yeah, very cool. I like it. Let's see. Love that you're doing portfolios again. Yeah, just a little bit. Gemini Pro 2.5 for programming complex text. ChatGPT for image generation. ChatGPT for image. Really? Interesting. I thought the Midjourney is the best for image generation, but maybe I'm wrong. And memory features. Grok for celebrity likeness generation. And less restrictive content. Hunyan 3D for 3D Gen. Simple. Yeah, simple. Yeah. You see, some guy said, oh no, I'll be so low on your standards, Nico. Sorry, I'm trying to improve though. Yes, in the beginning, when you start in your 3D career, in the standards of recruiters and people who are searching for freelancers, you probably will be too low, which is absolutely normal. But if you want to develop yourself, if you like this field, if you like to sculpt, if you like to do 3D, you will develop yourself and you will become much better. You will become better and also fast if you're willing to put the time. By the way, these days it's very difficult to put the time necessary to get better because, for example, I will tell you how the things happen usually, and I see it because it happens to me sometimes. You want to get better, you want to work, you start working, you start doing some stuff, and you're working for a month, and you see no huge progress. It's like, I cannot get it right. I cannot get my anatomy right. I cannot get my faces right. I cannot get my characters right. They are looking bad. And this is not a bad thing. I mean, when you look at your character and say this doesn't look bad, then you tend to improve yourself. If you look at your character and say this character looks pretty nice, I will post it in my portfolio, then usually those characters will not be that good, and you will not improve that much because you will think that you're already on a good level, which is a bad thing. This is a bad mindset, but whatever. So you are depressed because you think your character is bad. So what you do when you're depressed? You start to play games, you start to watch YouTube videos, you start to watch short videos, and you lose your time. You waste your time. Instead of working, instead of practicing, you are wasting your time with other activities. And after a couple of days or months, you realize that you haven't done anything to improve your work, and you get depressed even more. So it starts to get a little bit of a vicious cycle. You have to get away of this cycle by just working, and it's difficult because sometimes working, especially when you know that you are not that good and you cannot get the result that you want for a big period of time, it's discouraging. And it's normal. It's always like this in the beginning. You know, nobody has started and has been super good from the start. It cannot happen. You have to know that you are not alone in this. So this one is looking kind of fine. I like the render. It's bright. It's nice. We don't have too much perspective here because her hand is, you know, towards the camera. It has to be much bigger. It's not. So it's a little bit strange. Probably the focal length is pretty huge here. But overall, not bad from Side George. Let's see other things. Yeah, a little bit uncanny valley for the faces. Maybe more faces will be better, more practice, as I always say. This, by the way, with this random folds on this pants is not good. So other than that, the model is relatively fine, but those pants are hideous, just completely hideous. So my advice, this to be removed, fix the pants, make them better. And how to make them better? I will tell you, it's easy. Just find good references for this type of stylization and this type of pants. Of course, this is not very easy. You have to work a little bit more, but if you ask the AI to generate something for you, maybe it will be better for a reference and you will be able to do much better job. You know, using AI for references is not a bad idea, because sometimes we are doing something, some sculpt that it's kind of unique, relatively unique, and we don't know how to do the folds on the pants. We don't know how to do the folds on our jackets, and we don't have an exact reference. Usually exact reference is what you need. So maybe generating a couple of references in Midjourney or some similar image generation program or AI will be pretty cool. Using the AI against itself for inspiration. Yeah, this is very nice. Let's click it again. Again, the same result. Maybe we can click on this. No. So this probably is gone, and with a good reason, because this is not worth for a portfolio actually. But we will get so Igor, who is pushing for the portfolio reviews. Let's see his work. His portfolio is consistent mostly of my courses, which is very flattering, I would say. We have the course for beginner ZBrush course. We have the dragon rider course. The dragon is riding a horse. By the way, a very nice execution of this course. Pretty cool. The render is a little bit dark, a little bit black, too much black, but overall the model is very nice. I like it. This one also looks pretty nice. Yes. Very cool. This one is nice. There is no shadow, not too much shadow here, but overall I prefer this instead of too dark shadows, you know. So yeah, nice turntable also. Cool. The rabbit, a beginner course in Blender. The rabbit is not that good. The other ones was better. I don't know why. This rabbit is 11 months ago, and this fox is 10 months ago. So this is a little bit newer, but this fox is kind of on point. The rabbit not so much. This is on point. I mean, very nice work of this character. This character, I don't know. This probably is made... oh, this is Master 3D Sculpting in Blender with this. Oh, nice. I like this little hairs here, how they're done. So it's a cool looking character. This one is from one of my free courses. So my biggest game course made almost entirely in Blender. And this character I did for Gameloft, but I streamed it in YouTube. So it's cool. It was not streamed actually. I pre-recorded it and just posted it in my other channel. Link in the description of this video actually. But this is, I think we can ask for more, especially I would ask for more shadows. Now here we don't have too much shadows on his, on himself, or we don't have ambient occlusion. I don't know, but something is missing. It looks a little bit flat. So it's good. Let's see this one. So he got this course, which is only in WingFox. This course is, yeah, one of the courses that I'm sorry for, that I did it only for Wing Fox. And now it's not selling at all, kind of. But it's a very cool dragon course. Here, again, a little bit more contrast, a little bit more shadows. There are shadows, but the light is not bright enough, and it's a little bit like dull overall, everything. This is, again, one of the courses that I did for Next to Education. But it's pretty different from the course, actually. A lot of differences from my course, so it's interesting. Yeah. But yeah, nice things, but mostly from courses. Maybe it's time for something like a big project made from a nice concept that you like. Would be appropriate, I guess. Because when your portfolio is consistent only from work from courses, it's fine. It's visible that you are willing to learn because you're doing all these courses. So, very nice. But at some point, you have to say, no more courses. Or at least for a while, no more courses. Just do something for yourself, for portfolio. Spend the time necessary. Try your best. See what level you are on. And that's it. Let's see. Let's analyze this. So, nice and bright render. No shadow on the floor, which is, in my book, is a mistake. When when your model is floating in the air, if it's not a Superman or something similar, someone who is actually floating, it's not good. So, yeah. Other than that, it's a pretty good job on almost everything. Yeah, it's a nice pose. It's a nice folds. They're kind of a little bit interesting stylization here and there. It's a little bit flat, like render, but probably that's the goal, so it's fine. Let's see what Luca has other things in his portfolio. He's from Georgia, from Tbilisi, and this is probably his best work because he's a senior 3D character artist, but as a senior 3D character artist, you cannot have these things in your portfolio because, when you see this face, you are gonna run away and not coming back. So this thing, which is last year, it's not for senior 3D character artists. This also is not a senior character artist work, especially visible in the fingers, which are strange looking. And yeah, this one, let's see. Yeah, the face can be better, especially the mouth is a little bit strange looking. And we don't have any other images, just this kind of animation, which is not bad, but still... yeah, and this biceps here on the hand, which is stretched, it cannot curve like this, especially in a female. It's very kind of impossible. So there are things. But this one looks cool. Very cool. Very cool. The only thing is that it's not contrasty from the background. The background is red, and he has a lot of red in his, and overall, when we see it like this, we cannot differentiate it quite well. Also, this character is not for a senior artist. I mean, when you write senior 3D character artist, and if you're not lying, you have to have senior stuff. So this is kind of senior stuff, yes. But all the other things are not. So careful with your portfolio, what you keep in it. Even if now you are actually senior, you have to keep only things that are showing your senior status in your portfolio. If you post things from back in the days, it's like, yeah. I have to work on my job that I don't like and I don't have time, sadly. Exactly. Many people, when they are above certain age, they cannot learn as fast because they don't have time to do so. Even if they have like 1 or 2 hours free time after their work, they sometimes are too tired to concentrate to work on a character. So, yeah, I guess that's a problem. Is AI threatening the 3D sculptor scene? Definitely it is threatening, but it's just threatening it from afar right now. Ask me a couple of years from now and we'll see. Are you talking from own experience? Sounds like you have been there yourself. Yes, I've been there. Hey Speech, I just started watching you a week ago and you already make sculpting in Blender so much more fun. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Nico, thank you very much for those words. I really needed to listen to that for sure. Thank you. No problem. So why don't you teach in ZBrush anymore? Because I'm working with Blender only. ZBrush, since they bought it from Maxon, since it's no longer Pixology ZBrush, is a little bit weird, and with their model of charging for each generation, which is normal, but before it was not like that. I don't like it too much anymore, ZBrush. And also, since I'm now a streamer and I'm a YouTuber, we may say, it's much more convenient for me and much better to work in a free program like Blender, because I would have more viewership. And I'm honest here, this is important actually, because I see what happens in ZBrush Central, and in people who are working with ZBrush, they don't have too much viewers because ZBrush is too niche, and it's a program which is strange. It's kind of strange, like UI and everything is a little bit strange in this program, and also it's paid. Blender, it's infinity time more accessible for people because it's free, and you can do most of the stuff that you can do in ZBrush, you can do in Blender, as you can see. For example, this kind of model, most people that are using ZBrush cannot do this kind of high poly in ZBrush because they don't have the skill. You know, using Blender or using ZBrush doesn't matter that much. Skill matters. So if you want to learn sculpting, you can use Blender without any remorse or issues. When you are when you are applying for a job somewhere in the industry, if they are smart, and usually they will not ask you which software you use to achieve your portfolio if your portfolio is worth it. If your portfolio is amazing, they will not ask you what software have you used to make it, ZBrush or Blender or Mudbox or whatever. They will just look at your portfolio and say, okay, this guy is what we need. And they will hire you if you are what they need. And, you know, even if you are very good in realistic sculpts, for example, you make amazing realistic characters, but you are applying for a job to a company that's making a Fortnite game, for example, and they probably will consider you, but maybe not hire you if they find another person who is pretty good at stylized stuff. So it's very important when you are applying for a job in some company to have portfolio which fits their current game. And this requires you to know what game they are working on and what style it is. This is a little bit of a hint, but it's absolutely logical, right? You have to think about it first. Okay, do you still sculpt with ZBrush or totally move to Blender? Totally to Blender, definitely. For almost 3 years now, I think, or more than 3, I don't know. Honestly, I don't expect to be hired anytime soon. I started with zero art background, just wanted to complete some project. I think I need to practice another year at least. Thanks for the review. Hiring people nowadays, it's very, very difficult to be hired. Even for a freelance. You see, 2 or 3 years ago, just after the pandemics, after the COVID, I had a lot of freelance. I have at least 2 or 3 freelance requests every month, and some of them were legit. So I did, like, let's say 10 freelances a year, each one for about $1,000 or so. So I got from freelance, let's say $10,000 a year, which is fine. But now, almost zero. Last year, I think it was close to zero. I am not sure, but it was kind of there. So nowadays it's difficult for everybody. Also, there are a lot of layoffs in the industry for all kinds of personnel, not only 3D character artists, but 2D artists and designers and everybody. And this is not only about the AI. Maybe the AI play a little bit of role, but mostly it's about overall situation in the world, like these wars, uncertainties with orange guys and stuff like this. So all this is making so the industry is not in good shape right now. So, for example, Ubisoft. Let's take Ubisoft. Ubisoft was in a very bad shape. They released Assassin's Creed Shadows couple of weeks ago, and it got pretty good reviews. But still, even with that, it's not necessary that they will do good. I mean, they may lay off even more people. And when these big companies with very qualified personnel, with people which are very experienced, when they start layoffing this kind of people, then we have a lot of very quality people which are searching for jobs. And when you, as a beginner, or not so beginner, but you are searching for a job, you think that you are good enough, when you're starting searching for jobs, then it's a very difficult time for you because you are competing with industry veterans sometimes. So you have to be on a very, very, very good level in order to compete with them. Because when they have a portfolio which is decent, when you have a portfolio which is decent, then the recruiters will look at your resume, and their resume will say 10 years in Ubisoft. Your resume will say nothing. So it will be difficult. But again, if your portfolio is better than theirs, then maybe recruiters will say, okay, this guy is good. He is as good as the other guy. The other guy has experience, but this guy asked for less money. So, it has to be because the guys who are used to work in the industry, they have higher salary expectations. And that's when you can beat them. You can beat them in salary. If your portfolio is decent, even if it's not so good, not as good as this guy, who is have 10 years of experience, for example, but if your portfolio is decent and you ask for half of his money, and you are a young person, and you are willing to learn and to improve, then if I'm a recruiter, I will probably choose you instead of him. He is a veteran, and sometimes veterans tend to be a little bit lazy. They don't want to push themselves that hard because they don't have to prove themselves. They already did. And that's not a good thing sometimes. So you have to be careful there. I'm giving you hints how to beat them, how to beat veterans like me. Okay, we have a nice dolphin, a horror dolphin. Yeah, horror dolphin is cool. Yeah, he has rig animation or something. Yeah, ooh, he's moving. Very cool. Dolphin from the nightmares. Low poly, texturing, even interesting render, like realistic. Wow, very, very good job, and pretty detailed texture also. These are UVs. Yeah. So this is Existence, which is professional 3D game art production studio from Kazakhstan. But you see, I see here characters. They are made probably nice low polys. I think we've seen this portfolio before. The face is not good. The face is not good at all. Let's see other faces. This face is relatively fine. Looks like put in a little bit, but not too much. This face is pretty good. This character is nice. I like it. The face is stylized. It's cool. Let's see this. Here the anatomy is a little bit awkward, especially around the shoulders. I'm not completely fan of it. And also the mustaches and the beard is too liquid. The mustache is looking like it's made from some kind of liquid that's flowing, which is not good. But I like the shoulder a lot. This shoulder is amazing, and the materials and everything. So the hard surface is very much on point. Materials also kind of. But the anatomy and some of the facial features like the mustaches is not good enough. So yeah, I don't know why I should judge this, since it's a professional 3D game art production studio. I don't know. But the renders, they're looking sharp, crisp, and professional. The renders are made to be nice looking. Of course, with all these writings, it's a little bit too much. When you look at this portfolio, you see a lot of writing, and it's like a little bit it's getting the attention away from the characters. That's what I mean, the writing. Other than that, kind of professional, right? Let's see, what is this? This is Serhi has made this. I think we've seen it. I'm not sure, but it looks pretty nice. With the exception of this arm. I don't completely like how this arm is going. With these sharp tendons here, they're a little bit too much. Too sharp. It's not working quite well. Other than that, hair looking fine. It's a little bit parallel, a little bit boring, but looking fine. Faces are pretty good, actually. The anatomy of the character is nice, and the folds on their clothes is very, very... The folds are nice. The folds are on point. They're sharp, they're cool, they're looking great. So it's a pretty good work. Serhi from, let's see from where? From Ukraine, okay. He has done some of the courses, some of my courses, probably some other courses, and he has great works like this one, for example. I think we've seen it in the channel. This looks awesome. Yeah, there's no other word. This looks awesome. And this also looks pretty awesome. This is from, I think, from a course, but I'm not sure. But this looks very, very awesome. So, when we see this, and this, and those things here has to be removed. All the old works, and I already said it, so I shouldn't say it again, because obviously it's not working. So why should I waste my energy to say it again? Okay. It's not worth it. Do you still scope with okay? So Nico, net problem, please check your net. I have problems with my net. Sometimes maybe. Let me see if I have something on. Turn on, which is... No, I don't think so. Maybe it's from time to time. Probably it's fine otherwise. Nico's net is good. So probably some people... other net is bad. It's not my internet. It's usually my computer. It's working something in the background. Do you know some tips, advice about level design or not for game? No. I so like your streams. Thank you very much. If you are new to have an advantage over veterans, if you choose progressive companies to work for, they will usually be more open to new people with unique styles and taste who wants to grow. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Little boy face is good. Yes. Hey Nico, there was a project commission work about Japanese-like soldier character. You only showed it for a second way before. If you finished, can you show that project again when we have time? There was a project commission work about Japanese-like soldier character. I don't remember that. Japanese-like soldier character way before. Maybe it was for Gameloft. A character that I did for Gameloft. Let me check it out if I can find it. A samurai, if it is that. I'm not sure. Let's go to work and probably Gameloft. March of Empires, Mongolian character, render. Let's see this one. Yeah, this was a Mongol guy that I did for one of the games. He's too yellow. Oh, what I'm seeing it now. Also have too much dark here and there, so it's not the best. Also, this blue is too bright. But let's see the main render. I mean, with combining all the things, maybe it's a little bit better than what we've seen. Let's see it in Photoshop. I'm using Photoshop 2019. I don't know which version exactly is this. Yeah, this is far better. The other one was just the base colors. This one is with everything. So this is nice. So this is one of the characters that I did for Gameloft. It's just for render, just for this render. And I have another Japan warrior that I did. Let me see. Archer Samurai. Yeah. But do we have a nice render for it? Render main, let's see. No, this is not the main render actually. Maybe this will be the main render in Photoshop again. We don't have a picture for it, but it was too dark. This one was too dark, and I guess I cannot leave it like this, so I probably made it better. But it's a pretty detailed character. It's fine, but not too much. It has a little bit too much contrast, I guess. So yeah, but you see, I'm making this basic renders, and then the 2D artists are taking it and making it better with. I'm giving them a lot of layers and stuff. We have a couple of layers here, like this is making it brighter. It doesn't work quite well what I see it now. This is from 3 years ago, so I don't completely approve it. But yeah, let's see the ninja girl. We have to improve, right? Ninja render this one. It's a little bit more simple character, this ninja girl. But it should work. Let me see it. Let's see it. It's interesting. It's interesting for me too. Okay, it's not bad. I see the folds are nice. The anatomy is cool. A little bit too dark shadows again. Like here, it's too dark, no detail. I don't completely approve. But other than that, it's relatively fine. The hair is just a placeholder. I think they made the hair later in 2D. Just put it there. So it's not needed. But this actually was the last model I did before me and Gameloft separated, you know. So yeah, cool stuff. Let's see some models from Blitz Brigade, a game so many years ago we made. Very nice. Yeah, this is the concept actually. The concept artist is quite good, and he has made them from a front view, from the side view, and yeah, we have made some models here. There's a truck. The truck is stupid. The Valkyrie. Let's see the Valkyrie. No, we cannot. Ah, we can. This is a samurai. super funny. This game, I think, Blitz Brigade. Did it came out actually? I'm not sure. This was similar to Supercell's, one of the Supercell's games with towers, and you attack them. You have a tower, the other person have a tower, and you both attack with different units, and this was one of the units there. A pretty nice, memories. Nico, why don't you get on Roblox games development? You can make a lot more money from it, and you just have to learn how to optimize a lot more. I know how to optimize a lot actually, because I have been working with characters like a whole person, a whole model, human, 1000 polygons. So I know how to optimize basically, but I don't know about this Roblox. Many people are thinking about different stuff that it will make money, but sometimes it doesn't work quite that easy. Usually making money, sometimes it's very easy if you are proficient in something. Sometimes it's not that easy, even if you think that it is, or it could be. Oh, we have a pretty complex looking rig here for this character. The character itself is pretty stylized. So what can we say? Maybe the hat needs to go a little bit lower, because now it's floating above her head. But other than that, it's kind of a stylized, super stylized thing, so it's fine. Let's see this dagger. I kind of like how it looks. Yeah, this is the concept. This is the dagger. Not bad work. It's not a simple dagger, it's kind of complex looking dagger with hand painted textures, I guess. But yeah, by the way, for this dagger actually, what I would do is, if you have such a nice concept, I will just project this concept onto the 3D of the dagger, and it will be done. It will be easy job. Then maybe refine it a little bit, or put it in from put it on some AI that will increase the resolution if it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. The AIs are working, especially this Huion AI or whatever, the new 3D AI. It's like every AI, it's working just on some cases. So all the AIs are like this. For even for image creation, it works flawlessly in some cases. In some cases, it works like shit. So this is a dragon, very stylized, interesting looking, but not complex enough to be hard on the studio for it. So that's what I'm saying. Let's see, Village Man. Village Man is looking great. Let's see. Oh, wow. This is some professional work, I would say. It's looking pretty professional, this garment of this character. The face is awkward, but the clothes are looking great. So concentrate on the clothes, the faces not so much. Let's see other faces from this artist, who probably is a girl. But yeah, the faces are awkward still. They are uncanny a little bit, because around the eyes there are problems. This one looks a little bit better because it's kind of stylized, but still the nose is strange and the mouth is not good enough. Other than that, it's from last year, good. This is from 11 months ago, and it's a pretty nice rendered character. Shadow on the floor will be appropriate, but as again, the folds here are looking just wow. I mean, folds are speciality of this artist, definitely. Other than that, looks pretty cool because I like the render because it's bright. Everything is visible. The anatomy is not on point. The hands can be much better. The arms also, the shoulders also. The connection between the shoulder and the chest can be better. Everything can be better, and the face, everything. But overall, not a bad job. Let's see this. Yeah, anatomy study, again, could be better, definitely. Practice time. It's a little bit too wide on the shoulders, I guess, but it's not the main issue. The legs are a little bit too short, but in reality, the legs usually are like this. But too much wrinkly stuff going on, like here, for example, like wrinkly stuff doesn't look like muscles. Those muscles here, the serratus, I think it's called, it's not coming down like this. It's coming a little bit more forward. It's coming from the back and it's going forward, attached to the ribs, and then from it comes these muscles here that are too wavy here. So a lot of waviness in some certain areas, so it looks awkward. Maybe a little bit more training, not a lot more training on anatomy, but folds and clothes, not bad. This one is not as good, but this here, on the first glance, looks wow. Pretty cool. This is last month. So we're developing, and that is great. When we see improvement in a monthly basis or yearly basis, it's pretty nice. As we see here, for example, this guy is from last year, and those pants are very, very nice. Very nice pants. They're looking kind of realistic because they are made from Marvel's designer. With Marvel's designer, we may say. Yeah, the arms, they are pretty stylized, which is fine. But you see, this stylized body with very realistic pants and clothes is a little bit confusing. Sometimes it's working quite well, sometimes not so much. So stylization should be similar across the whole model, and then it looks like finished and nice. But sometimes it's working. I'm not saying it's not. Google says Blitz Brigade came out in 2013 and it shut down their servers on 10 years it was working, Blitz Brigade. Wow. So yeah, it came out, definitely. So it came out, it was never a good success as a game, actually, because it was following the steps of like great games from Supercell. And when you are kind of copying something usually doesn't work quite well, except if you make it better. And Blitz Brigade doesn't make anything better, so yeah. Yeah. With your skills, the front page games would probably hire you on the spot for creatures and characters. Why not give it a try? The front page games would probably hire. I don't know. I gave it a try. I applied to Gameloft 2 weeks ago. A little bit more than 2 weeks ago. I applied to Gameloft and I still don't have any answer from them. Anything. Even just like, okay, Nico, thank you for applying to us. Thank you for applying for a job in Gameloft, but this time we don't need your services and probably nothing. Absolutely nothing. So maybe the companies don't need my services after all. I'm just guessing. Mature content. Oh, mature content. We have to sign in. Oh, I have to sign in. It's a long process. If I have to sign in, I have to press sign in, then write my email, then password. Then I have to approve it in the application on my phone. I don't think I will do it now, but we have to check it. I mean, we have to check this. So let me sign in actually in my other monitor. What was my mail here for signing in? Okay, this one I think. What's do I invalid name or password? Okay, let's try again. This time I managed to do it. I have to check my phone for the notification, and sometimes if I haven't checked in on my phone for a while, I have to, like now I have to sign in the application as well. So I have to go and write my email and my password in the application. It's a hideous process sometimes. Why don't they keep us signed in? Now the password. Sign in. I'm trying to be fast. Oh, I managed to do it in the first time. Sometimes I'm mistaking the password a couple of times before I come in. Two-factor authentication. Okay. All right, we are in. Amazing. Wow. Oh, I have 7 messages I haven't answered in. Nice. By the way, if you see here the front page, this is from all channels, some interesting stuff. You see so many amazing stuff. Most of these character artists, like this one here, or this one here, or this one probably, and this one especially, it looks amazing. This one, wow, this is fuck, man. So those guys are better than me, obviously, and so don't think that Nico is the best or something like this. Definitely not the best. That's what I have to say. And let's try to click this now. Ooh, wow, this face looks amazing. And the body is fine. I mean, it's a little bit too chubby for my taste, but it's the face looks wow. And overall textures, render, even pose. Oh, this is so good. We love it. We love it. Bold Alien. Bold Alien is good. Bold Alien from nowhere, Brazil. Very nice name of the city. He has only one artwork and it's very good. If he has done it, it's amazing. Who is this guy? Alex Novak. Very, very cool. Alex is doing fine. But again, when we see one artwork, we are a little bit like, When we see other artworks, which are better or at least the same quality, then we can say, So it depends. Hello from Morocco. Hello, Morocco. When Nico doesn't get answer back, I can't complain when I don't get hired. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you see, I applied to Gameloft. I posted my portfolio, my resume, everything, and I asked for a little bit more money than I was getting before. Because nowadays I'm doing well. I don't need to go work into a company, and if I have to give my time for a company instead of making courses or making streams or something, I have to be well compensated. That's why probably they will not call me. Game of is more professional. For Roblox games, it's a lot easier to get commission or hired. So try there. I enter Artstation exactly the same way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's all for us. It's the same. Nico, my follow it's almost here. I'm Luis Moreira. After Kistun, could you tell me everything I need to improve and what do you take? I'll change my portfolio. It's very careful. Okay, we'll see. It's almost there, you say. Hmm. I don't see you, but we'll see. So, let's see this monster. This is the traditional Chinese fox with many tails, I think, but it's a different version, something like Child Eater. It's interesting, but the anatomy is not completely on point. It's very wavy. The muscles are kind of random. So we can assume that this person doesn't know anatomy quite well, which is fine if he is a beginner. And the most important things for artists like this is to not think that they are very good. You have to always know that you have a lot to learn. Even I know that I have a lot more to learn to become at least as good as those guys in the front page of Artstation, for example. So yeah, everybody has a lot to learn, and we are always students. I'm a teacher also, but I'm also a student. You cannot be a good teacher if you're not a student, right? So yeah. So this is artistic stuff. I mean, we have animation, interesting looking with kind of it's pretty complex stuff, but anatomy wise I'm a little bit like meh. And also overall I'm not judging too much this kind of artistic scenes. This one is looking nice actually. Why this is looking nice? Because it has a character. Not because it has character in the scene. It has character as a scene. It has feeling. It kind of when I look at it, I imagine that I'm there, you know, and I'm seeing this kind of a rising sun. The sun is kind of going down. It's not rising. It's going down. I mean, it's yeah. At least that's what I see it. Maybe it's rising. Maybe it's morning, but I see it more like evening probably. And it's a very interesting kind of scene. It's looking nice. So there are things that are cool, but I don't know what this could be useful for. Maybe, I don't know, this is not character art after all. This is more like overall development of the mood, maybe mood concepts or stuff like this. Maybe for that it will be nice. This guy is nice, but for characters, not so much yet. I mean, you know, nobody has been good from the beginning, but everybody can be good if they try enough times. Put my portfolio there. Thanks for the feedback you are giving to us. No problem. Hi Nico, I just joined the Discord group. Yeah, but your portfolio is probably too much further away down, but we'll be able to see it at some point if I continue to make this portfolio videos. And I probably settings on. Yeah, probably setting. How can I get my Artstation reviews? Post it in the Discord. Yes, the Discord server is in the description of this video and all the other videos in this channel, if that matters. You have to find it though, because it's not very visible. It's kind of hidden, but it's there in the description. So yeah. Trailer, maybe, yeah. I have a question, please. I'm a 3D character designer. I don't know what that is exactly. 3D character artist, I know. 3D character designer, I don't know. And one of my goals is to create short cartoon movies using Blender. I'm pretty good in sculpting, but I hate with topology. Any tips? Thanks. So cartoons, characters can easily be done by retopologizing with the... what was the name of the plugin? Let me see. Retopology was Quadrimesher. So Quadrimesher is a paid plugin, but it's the best retopology plugin for Blender, and you can easily retopologize some simple characters without almost any hand retopology, just with one click. You have to test it out, and it could work. But Nico, last stream I asked you why there is no much CGI food tutorials. You said there is no demand because you can download them, but that's not true. There's thousands of food companies who pay good money to get their own products in CGI. Of course, if it's something custom, somebody has to make it. But imagine this. Take this food image, just the image, not the 3D image. Put it into this Huion whatever AI. Maybe it will get a good result. So maybe the AI will make very nice food items these days. You have to try it if you are interested in this. Retopo Flow is free and very good too. Probably yes. Do you use Speed Retopo plugin? No, I don't use any Retopo plugins except for this one that I showed you. And I retopologize most of the things by hand. Especially in the course that I'm doing right now. Now this, everything is retopologized. For example, this one has retopology completely by hand. This one is by hand. This one, this, of course. This one is by hand. I prefer to retopologize everything by hand, especially hard surface, because it is more precise. And when I'm doing the low poly for this character, it will be impossible to be done by any automatic method, because I will put polygons on top of many high poly meshes. And it will be overall one low poly mesh on top of many high poly meshes. But we'll see how it will go. Luis Moreira. Oops. All right. Okay. Is this Luis Moreira? Yes, this is Luis Moreira that tell me that I have to tell him how to improve. Okay, we have this. You have made this character from the course, and it doesn't look bad, but there's no shadow on the floor. Always put shadow on the floor. It's important. Take your time. Make sure you have a floor. Make sure you have shadow on the floor. Especially for characters who are not flying characters, it's important. Don't show these close-up things, because you are showing that you don't have enough resolution for this close-up thing. You know, it's still pixelized, it's polygonized, because you don't have enough resolution for this close-up. I don't show these close-ups because my characters usually don't have... and even if you show it like this, just make sure this is not on flat render, but soft... What was the name of it? Let me see. So we get this, right-click, shade flat. So now it's shade flat. Shade smooth. Make sure it's shade smooth at least. So it's not showing this. Yes. But overall, this is fine. Let's see some original characters that you have. This one is pretty simple. Simple. Doesn't have shadow on the floor. And this render doesn't have almost any shadows. It has just a little bit. And also doesn't have ambient occlusion. Always turn on ambient occlusion for your characters. It's better. Except for very stylized like this one characters, maybe, but still, doesn't have shadow also. When you present anything which is not flying, make sure it's on the floor with shadow. This one also. This one also should use a good shadow. By the way, this is not bad, and if you put it kind of laying or straight on some kind of surface, and then make a nice shadow with glow sticks, I mean with the glass kind of refracting and stuff, it will be a pretty nicer thing. This one has shadow, good job, and it's on the floor, so it's a good presentation, pretty good one, but maybe a little bit sharper. I mean, this looks a little bit like made just like this, and let's put it in Artstation. It's not good. You have to try a little bit better in some areas, like this here. Or and at least is this looking like a paper to you? No, it doesn't. Even like a cartoon paper, it doesn't look. It looks like a sculpt from clay or something of something that should look like a paper, and this is not good. Let's see this. This is pretty simple, but not bad after all. Although, if we measure the size of the thing, this texture of the wood here is too big. It should be way smaller, and we should have textures, other textures also, because we have texture here, detail. Here we don't have any. So just in some places to have detail, in some places no. These simple things are fine, but I mean, they're very, very niche. If you specialize in these things, I don't know, this is pretty easy to do for almost any beginner. So this is not something that you should keep in your portfolio when you start doing things like this, you know. This is much more complex things, much more complicated to do. And these things are just a little bit too back. I mean, like, back in the days when I started, I did this. And I was proud of it back in the days, but now you shouldn't be. This is 5 months ago, and this is 3 months ago. So it's not too much distance between them, but I don't think this belongs in a professional portfolio, actually. Because I am pretty sure that most people can do this, even beginners. It's not super hard to do, actually. Also, the edges here are just super sharp edges. If those edges were having a little bit of a bevel, a little bit of specular on the edge, I think it would look a little bit more professional, more nice. So that's it mostly. You have to remove most of the things in your portfolio or rework them. And this one, which is your best work so far, is made from a course, which is fine, but maybe you should make more works from courses, learn more, and then make your own works. I'm guessing. Just guessing. Guessworks. Are you happy? Okay. What's the best way of making optimized in Blender? By optimized hair in Blender. Ooh, I don't do too much hair, actually. With hair cards or stuff, I don't do that. I don't like it, and I just don't do it. Maybe someday I will have to do it, and I have to learn how to do it, because I actually have done hair cards a couple of times in my life. Let's say 5 or 6 times. And this is not enough to make good hair cards. You have to do a lot more, and each time you will make mistakes, you will learn. This is with everything is the same. So hair cards are kind of hardcore. But my character in the short movie had a lot of details and millions of vertices, so the add-ons quad remesher doesn't work for me. The only way is to do it manually. Yes, and people are suggesting some add-ons which will help you maybe do it manually faster, but I don't believe in that. I've seen a lot of add-ons which are helping in retopology, but all of them are helping in very specific tasks. But for normal retopology that I need for normal characters with a lot of details, it's just normal placing polygons with snap. It's absolutely enough. Hello came a little late. No problem, yes. Definitely will improve and try to make my own work to show and remove the old stuff, of course, of course. Nico, thank you for all the courses. I purchased most of them. I'm learning so much from you. Thank you very much. This means a lot. What add-ons you recommend, Nico? What add-ons I recommend? I recommend you for work with Blender without any add-ons in the beginning. And then the most important add-on for me, for retopology especially, is F2 add-on, which is coming with Blender. Nowadays it doesn't come with Blender. You have to go to get extensions. You have to click install extensions or connect to the internet or whatever, and then you have to find the F2 add-on. When you find it, you have to go to add-ons and turn it on. This add-on is absolutely necessary for retopology. It will allow you to do stuff a little bit faster. It's necessary. Not only for retopology, for hard surface overall, it's very important. For sculpting, I don't use any add-ons actually. I just work with the default Blender and it's absolutely fine for me. Somebody can use add-ons and it's gonna be fine for them. It's fine. How much time do we have? Okay, 1 hour and 20 minutes. Maybe we can do a little bit more. Okay. This is Dang Tui from Vietnam, Hanoi. I've been there. This is not good. Why? Because this is very simple model and the texture of the metal is too harsh and too chaotic. It's just placed there and leave it. There is no corners with a little bit more like white color to be to see bare metal there, because they are bringing there's no history in this chest. It's very blunt. So it's probably from where this guy was learning, although it's posted last month, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. This is looking far better. This is a character. Folds are looking not bad. The render is a little bit with dark points here and there, too dark, but the hair is looking nice. The face is looking relatively fine. I don't know why this chest was there, since you can do this type of characters, because this character is looking pretty fine. Let's see this one. Also, not bad. Maybe there's something wrong about the mouth a little bit. It's a little bit too close to the nose, although I always recommend for the female characters the mouth to be closer to the nose than usual. This way the characters looks younger and stuff, but this one is a little bit strange looking. Other than that, it's pretty nice. The hair needs a lot more work, of course, but it's fine. And when I say something needs more work, it means that it's not good enough for portfolio. Let's see this one. This one is not bad. Good materials, nice gold, and overall pose, cool. It looks pretty nice 2 months ago. And the wings are spoiling everything. I mean, the character looks nice. It has a lot of details and everything, and it looks like it's worked on a lot. And then you see these wings that are made in just 5 minutes, and you say, what's happening? So maybe a little bit more work on the wings in order for this character to be better. And this chest, I still cannot understand why is it here last month. I mean, this chest, is it something special about it? Is it magical or something? Because it's absolute crap. This chest, I probably could make this chest after 2 months of learning 3D. I will be able to make this chest without any problem, even better than this, because I will put some specular on the edges and stuff. We don't have any specular on the edges here. It looks horrible. And we have this horrible chest, and then we have this character. I'm a little bit concerned what's happening here. I don't know. It's just wow. I don't know what to think, you know. It's incomparable. Hey Nico, right now I'm focusing on 2D art and plan on doing 3D sculpting later on. Do you think it's realistic to be a pro at both? Yes, I think so. If you are becoming a very good 2D artist at some point, then the transition to 3D will be very easy. You have to just learn the programs and stuff, and a couple of practices, and you will be good to go. You will be relatively good 3D artist after you have been very good 2D artist. And sometimes even you will be very good 3D artist after you have been very good 2D artist. So transition between 2D and 3D is kind of smooth. I know some people who were very good drawing artists, concept artists, and when they start doing 3D concepts, not concepts, but 3D characters, they are smashing it very, very much. Thank you so much. My last question is, what's the best config computer to work more comfortable with Blender, because I'm really struggling with it, lags and crashes. Thank you so much. The best is the most expensive probably, but of course if you have at least 32 gigabytes of RAM, will be nice. 16 is working, but if you go a little bit higher with polygons, the RAM is the most important thing actually, not the video card. Many people think it's the video card, but no. Especially when you're sculpting, when you're working in the viewport, your RAM is the most important. Video card is also important, especially for renders and stuff. So the best video card you can get, the better. And of course, the processor is kind of important, not the most important. So RAM, in my opinion, is top of the list. The more RAM you have, the better. For the baking, do you have saturation in Blender when you bake? Can you give maybe advices to not have saturation? I don't know, we will see. I haven't baked in Blender too much, but I will make some tests when I get to that. No problem, let's go and see what this Venom is about. Venomizing. Okay, I see some problems with anatomy, but also it's not super bad. Also, we see a good scene here. Those skulls are pretty nicely made. So I don't know if they're got from somewhere or this guy made them himself, because I like them. If he made them himself, it's pretty cool. Let's see here. We have this. Okay, not bad actually, not bad. This looks a little bit like Thanos in the face. The face is... actually, I like it a lot. I like the face. Here, this pose... it's not bad. Too much veins, I guess. A little bit too much veins. And also here, he's too wide in some area. His ribcage seems like it's like enormously wide, like a gorilla wide, which probably is fine since it's probably a fictional character. I like the folds here and there. Those folds here on his skirt could be a little bit sharper. These folds here can be a little bit not so wavy, but overall not a bad character. I don't like the legs actually. They look a little bit unfinished, a little bit like elephant legs, not look like human legs too much. Which probably is fine because he's a kind of a bulky elephant looking character. So not bad actually. This is 2 days ago, so it's pretty new. And it shows developing compared to this one, for example. This one, I don't know. And the black background doesn't work too much for this character actually. Because he's a black character on a black background. Imagine that. This... I don't know, the face and overall things around this face is looking nice. There is something wrong about shoulders. The shoulders are a little bit too small, I think. And the biceps is a little bit too inflated. So maybe this is not as good, but overall not bad. The render I like because you have rim light, you have nice visibility of everything, shadows and everything, and the face... I like it a lot. I like the face very much. Let's see this guy. The face is stylized. This is 2 months ago. The hands are awful. They're not good. Especially with these things. Stylized hands with this stylization here has to be flat. You don't have to see any of these tendons. Just don't. Don't do this. Other than that, it's relatively fine. This one. Yeah, hands again. A little bit more work on the hands. Try to watch your hand and figure out what works, what not. Because now the hands are your weakest point. In this particular model, I like the face, I like the shoulders, I like... Maybe the chest can be a little bit more cut in here. But overall, body, arms, fine. Hands, awful. Compared to the other parts. So, yeah. More work on hands. Practice hands. I have a course about hands if you don't know. I always have to advertise, you know. Thank you for the answers, no problem. Let's see, this guy is... Sebastian B from Argentina. Overall looking good portfolio. Nice characters with nice renders. Let's say this one. Ooh. I think we've seen this one before, but it looks pretty awesome. This model is nice, and also I like the anatomy is cool. Maybe a little bit longer legs will be appropriate. Yeah, they will be longer than normal, but it's not a bad thing for a female, you know, to have a little bit longer legs, especially for female 3D stuff. I like this actual thing better than the concept here. It's a little bit better. So yeah, some things are not better than the concept, but overall, pretty great job. Here I will push this belly probably a little bit more forward. Overall, she has an arch going on, which here it's not. We don't have that arch going on too much. So that's a little bit... but overall, nice job, Sebastian. Sebastian is from Argentina, yes. Let's see this. Not bad, anatomy-wise. It's kind of fine. The muscles in the areas that are working, which are the arms right now, because he's holding, they have to be a little bit more defined, which is difficult because we have to have a good reference for exactly this position. This is very good. This is very good study. This is very good study. Pretty good. Let's see the face actually. Yeah, the face probably is not the best. I need to see it closer. The face, yeah, the mouth especially, the mouth area is a little bit awkward. But other than that, looking pretty cool. Pretty cool. Scorpion with a sword. Nice. Good. An action pose. Cool. Cool, cool. This is from last year. Very good development. You choose nice concepts. This one is pretty cool concept also. Nice model, although it's made from one mesh, I think, most of the things, and that's a little bit awkward. They are not defined quite well when it's one mesh. This one is sturdy. I probably advise for the studies to be kind of removed at some point. Because this one, 4 years ago, I don't know, but this looks just super nice. But this is from 4 years ago. It's looking very, very cool. This one also. Maybe 4 years ago you were better than now. How this happens? Yeah, I want to see more faces. Recent faces. You have characters, but most of them don't have too much face. This one have face. Let's see it from a little bit closer. Here, the back muscles will be much more, especially in this pose, they will be much more kind of defined. Some of the back muscles, because they are working a lot. But I like how the shoulders are here. Very nice. Very nice transition between the shoulders and the traps. Very, very cool. I love it. The face is fine. This one is fine. But we cannot see too much other faces. Let's see this one from last year. Not bad. This one is not bad. The character all over is fine. Let's see this one. Not bad as well. But this female face, it's bugging me a little bit. The lips. Other than that, pretty good job, as we can see from Sebastian B. Sebastian B. Somebody called me Sebastian. Doo-doo-doo-doo. There is a song like this, you know. Very cool song, actually. Oh, this is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Pretty nice sculpt, although the render is a little bit like screenshot from ZBrush, I think. So avoid this, but this is 4 years ago, so now we should be better, right? Let's see. What is this from last year? Not bad, not bad. Let's see the concept. Okay. Alright, this is the concept, this is the work. Not bad. Overall, kind of similar. This is not a very easy concept to make, but still. And also, I would never make this concept. Why? I don't like it. I don't think when I make it, it will look good in 3D. I'm choosing my concept based on whether if they will look good. And for example, from all these concepts here, this one probably could look nice. This jester stuff. But it will be kind of awkward to make this here. It will be a challenge, so it's nice. This one, no, probably not. This one, no, this one has a nice silhouette, but it's pretty simple. It doesn't have anything kind of awkward and unusual. So, I don't think so. Probably this one is the best for me to do. This one is kind of looking fine, but the face is, I don't like it, so yeah. This one, I like the face, so probably because of the face, I might consider this one also. The other ones, not so much. So this one, I would never do. This is my opinion. This is the guy from The Office, Dwight. It's like child Dwight, if we may say. It doesn't look like quite like Dwight. And also, the hair is not quite developed. Even if it's stylized, it needs to have some sharp corners to look like hair. Now it looks like a couple of seaweeds, brown seaweeds or poop on his head. It doesn't look like stylized hair actually. Let's see this one. This one looks pretty cool. It's not bad. It's a stylized female face. From the profile view it looks a little bit strange, but from front view and 3/4 it looks relatively nice. The only thing is that the forehead is too huge. It's like amazingly huge flat forehead. Don't do this. It's just not working good. The huge flat forehead is not. This one, good. This one is looking nice. The render I like. I like very much the background. It's kind of this very, very slight gradient. I like the shadow on the floor. It's very slight, but it's there. It's visible. And I like the render that it doesn't have harsh shadows. It doesn't have anything. It looks like a cartoon and stylized model. What it is. This one, let's see. Interesting, yes. And this one, does it still have this kind of a forehead, like flat and wide? Probably yes, but it's not that visible. On the other one, it's too visible. You know, if you cover the bottom portion, you will end up with like a boxer, huge male boxer forehead. And probably you don't want that, so yeah. Maybe a little bit more detail, a little bit more attention to the renders in some renders, because some are very good. And there is no consistency. Some are very good, some are just screenshots. Lazy stuff, you know. So yeah. Hi Nikolai, could you look at my portfolio for 1 minute and give me some feedback? Junglas on Artstation, thanks. Junglas. But okay, we can test it because you gave me 5. I don't know what is this, but you made the effort. So, let me see. Junglas, okay. See Junglas, okay. Junglas Artstation. We write Christian Junglas. Is it Christian Junglas? Is this your portfolio here? From Brazil. Ah, because this is Brazilian real, right? Yeah. So you give me 5 Brazilian real. I don't know how much is this. Probably around $1 or something. Which is cool. Hello Nico, I have a question. I'm a 3D artist and realize I'm lacking in some basics. I am planning to take your head model. Okay, good. That was not a question, so fine. Let's see, cinematics. What is this? Clash of Clans. Barbarian King Judgment. Okay, so you worked on the cinematic version of Clash of Clans. This, nice. What can I say? If it's good enough for Clash of Clans, it should be plenty good enough for me, right? All of these characters are looking great. The renders and everything. So, you wanted to just... people to see your portfolio and say, wow, this guy's good. That's what you want. I understand. But it's normal. It's human. It's fine. Okay, let's see realistic stuff. This flash is very good. We have texture and everything. This one, this girl is looking great. The face is very nice. I like it. And the body, of course, everything. Looking great. So you're kind of a professional sculptor, right? Why do you want me to look at the portfolio? What can I say to you? Nothing. Maybe this hair is not looking quite right, but The face is amazing. And the body, of course. But I like to look at the faces, and this face is just superb. And the body, of course. And the pose, everything. So you're good. What can we say? Nice, nice stuff, nice stuff. Thank you very much for your participation. Yeah, you want to flex, exactly. That's normal. We all want to flex sometimes. But you are too good for my Discord server, so I don't want to see you there. No, I'm joking, of course. Everybody's welcome in the Discord server. I mean, the people who are good, who are experienced and have a lot of nice skill, they can always teach or help the other people. It's nice to have good people. This axe is not bad, although it's a little bit too dense detail and too shiny in some areas. But it's nice overall. Like, the concept is nice, so probably the axe came out pretty nice. Let's see this one. Okay, anatomy wise, not super bad. I mean, yeah, I know this is a monster with very long arms and everything, but presentation wise, I don't like it. Why? Because it doesn't have a pose. Any pose out of this A pose would be nicer to present your model, especially if it has low poly, and it has. So a nice kind of pose of threatening with a nice render would be much more appreciated than just this frontal, boring image. Your model have to be very, very nice and detailed and cool in order to look good from just a frontal, boring image. And this is not exactly that. This is probably some old work, but we cannot see because we are seeing this. This is Rajdeep Mukherjee, butchering the names, always. Yeah, he earned the right to flex. He earned the right to flex 2 times. First, he paid some money on the stream, and second, he probably has so much hours of practice and so much work he has put in order to become that good, that he earned the right to flex, definitely. But when you get that good, you should start working on your ego, maybe, and not need to flex that much, which is... I'm learning from Nico's head exercise course a lot. Very good. All right, here I can probably think of some pieces to remove. Like, this one is too dark, and when we see the thumbnail, we don't see anything, so nobody will click on this thumbnail, or on this thumbnail probably. Maybe I would click on this thumbnail because it's looking bright and nice, but it's also boring T-pose from the front. It doesn't give any story of the character. So this character and this character, if they have a nice pose, it will be best. So the best thumbnail overall here is this axe, and that's why I clicked on it first. It's just, the best thumbnail. Not the best model probably, but the best thumbnail. Okay, guys, I think we should end this madness, and we will continue from here next time. Let me just mark and read here and go away in the whips section. Let's see what the people are doing in the whips actually these days. Hopefully nothing nude. This one is a little bit nude, but nothing is showing. This is Invincible Fortnite edition. Cool, cool. This is the weekly challenge this week. Okay, how can I get away from here? Okay. This is a difficult thing. Likeness. Willem Dafoe actually is not the worst thing to make likeness on, but right now this looks like a mummy. Of course, he actually looks like a mummy, I admit that, but this looks completely like a mummy, so you should kind of get away from the mummy thing and more to Willem Dafoe thing. Okay, this one looks cool. Let's see. Anatomy stuff. Nice. And this is made in Nomad Sculpt, I think. So it's much more impressive. When I see something in Nomad, I kind of say, okay, more impressive. Although, if you have a big iPad or some kind of tablet, and you're using the Nomad in this particular device, probably it's easier than on my phone, because I'm using Nomad on my phone sometimes, and it's hard. It's not that hard, but it's very slow because I don't have my shortcuts. My shortcuts is what makes me fast and good. Okay, this looks nice. This looks nice. Those things here are a little bit, you know, the folds on the, but the face is looking fine. Let's see this one. The face is not looking fine here, so we need more face. Amazing. This looks like a drunk guy from Bulgaria, from the streets of Bulgaria. There are guys like this who are gathering in some small villages in the village shop, and they're drinking beer in front of the shop, sitting on old wooden chairs. It's this guy, yeah. Okay, not bad. The mouth from the side view is a little bit too wide, so she starts to look like a Joker. But other than that, not bad job. Also, kind of folds here are looking cool. Anatomy and the hair, very very nice hair actually. I like it. So the hair actually is the best thing on this character. I don't know. Okay, we have Justin made evil Hellboy, but of course still with the pencil neck. Maybe the new version with the thicker neck will be better. Hey guys, any tips about how I can improve this hair? I'm thinking about doing some hand painted work, but it's gonna be my first time. Okay, it's looking fine right now. You can do a little bit more job, but it's not bad actually. I've seen much worse hairs than this one. And also the face, I mean the lower lip is too much backward, so it's feels like this, you know. Maybe the lower lip could be a little bit more forward, not too much, but a little bit more. So she's not like this. Hello. Be careful. Let's see this jacket. It looks interesting. Wow. Pretty interesting. I mean, I like this jacket. Those folds are too thin for a leather jacket. So this is a leather jacket, and those folds are very thin. When you have a leather jacket, you have a thick the fabric. It's not a fabric, but it's thick. So the folds cannot be very very tiny. They should be kind of a little bit thicker folds. We have something here which is yeah, in the very beginner stage. This one looking nice. I like the face. This above the lip here, it's too much inward. This area here, like she doesn't have upper teeth, you know. So yeah, other than that, it's looking great. Wow, this guy is like, what's happening? Yeah, this is one of the Wolverines. Very nice, very nice. Kind of a probably work in progress. Yeah, hopefully, but it's starting to look good. Like pooping. When I see this Wolverine is usually with bent knees. He's like, yeah, either have a diarrhea or the other way around. This guy has very very long legs and small head, which is fine. In some animes, I think it's like this. And this is probably some anime character. The hair will be a big challenge to do. If you leave it like this, it's not gonna work best. And also the eyebrows. More work is needed there, a lot more. I mean, sometimes I do hair like this. Then I smooth it out. I do some refinements, then I smooth it out, refine. A hair like this can take hours to get right, you know. Many hours, so bear that in mind. This looks like me a little bit. Nose, lips, kind of similar to mine. Interesting, this is a portrait of me. Yeah. Impressive, very nice. This is a boxer. Pretty cool one, actually. I don't have too much to say about it. It's looking nice, anatomy-wise, and render-wise, and face-wise is pretty nice. So, very good job from small car. This one, okay, we saw this. Justin again with the Hellboy. Good, Hellboy again here. Maybe we will see. Oh no, we don't need this. Careful. Leg anatomy studies, very nice, but we have to be careful with that in YouTube. This will not view, although it looks from Sebastian again. Sebastian is still doing this pose things, very nice. We like it. Now here, I think this is with the thick neck, much better looking. The neck is now appropriately thick, and this is a little bit more upwards, I think. So the traps are a little bit more. He's looking more bulky, so way better than before. Than this, you see, improvement is a lot. Here with the pencil neck, yeah, he's looking like a little guy from somewhere, a little mafia guy. And here now he looks more fearsome. By the way, Justin, just put a little bit more dark around the eyes in the texture. It will be better. Like here, you see, darkness is nice. This Hellboy is looking very much like some mad accountant Hellboy. So I like numbers. You know, that's how it looks. This is my second time character modeling ZBrush. Please give me a review on it. So the face, it's a little bit strange, but doesn't look quite bad. I mean, it's uncanny, which is normal if it's your second character. Even your 300 character can be not super good, but it will be better than this. The ears, they look like an ears of a burned victim a little bit, because they are like connected to the head in the top portion, which usually doesn't happen. The nose is a little bit too big for the face. And he's, other than that, it's not super bad. I like the skin color overall. It's like there's variety, which is great. And this is actually a low poly. Nice. Very cool. This is Charles Xavier, I think, the Professor Xavier or whatever. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, a muscle like this. Yeah, very nice. Very nice arm with a muscle. I like it. Okay, Whip's channel, by the way, in the Discord server is the most viewed channel. Everybody's going there and liking and posting. It's the most alive channel right now. So, yeah, you can as well do it. So, guys, thank you for your time. And we will continue with the Artstation reviews. Maybe next week. Maybe some, I don't know when exactly, but someday. Nico, do you bake low poly to high in Substance Painter? It's the other way around, high to low. And do you use default settings? Mostly default settings, and yes, I bake high poly to low poly, not low poly to high. And I bake it in Substance Painter most of the time. And goodbye.